Hello, welcome back to another fly tying session. Today we'll be tying this. If you guys have a name for it, feel free to comment. For right now, it's just a foam hopper. But I invented this foam hopper about a year ago for alpine cutthroat trout and brook trout, and it works really well. It floats really nice and high. It's very visible. Works great for a hopper dropper pad, the dry. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite flies to fish for alpine cutthroat. To start off this tie, we will be making the extended body. First, put a couple thread wraps on a bodkin or needle. Then take two pieces of foam, one twice as long as the other, and lay them on the needle. And start your first wraps. Wrap them nice and tight, and throw in a half hitch. This will secure it to the foam. Continue making segmentations down the body, and finish with a little bit longer of a butt section than your segments. Whip finish this or do half hitches, and then trim the butt section to make a taper. Next we're taking our hook, put the thread on, then you will take the hook out of the vise and stab it into the foam on the lowest piece of foam. This helps put the center of gravity lower, so that when you cast the fly, it lands upright instead of flipping over. Tie this in section by section carefully, and then make sure you get really good tight wraps and keep it upright and in the position you want. Next, tie in your pheasant tail hopper legs. Use the bulk that has been created by the foam to splay out the legs more, and then wrap the pheasant tail about halfway up the shank of the hook, just to create bulk to the hook and to make sure the legs don't get pulled. Next, make a dubbing noodle and wrap it around right after the legs, so that you can add your poly yarn wing. You can go short with this wing like I'm going on this fly, but oftentimes I will extend it all the way out to the end of the extended body. Next, take a thin strip of the same orange foam, tie it in all the way to the eye of the hook, and then add some more dubbing. Make sure you cover all the foam so that from the bottom you don't see all the wraps and everything. Then fold back the foam and tie it in place. Next, get your rubber legs and tie in a pair on each side. I normally just take one long one, tie it in on one side, bend it around, and then tie it in on the other side. Adjust them, tie them in nice and tight, and then clip them. Then I add a nice little tiny thin dubbing noodle, wrap it around to cover all the thread wraps, and whip finish it or half hitches. And that's the finished fly. Also, it's optional, but just for aesthetics, I trim off the wing case